Hello, this is a video on how to draw a graph, specifically how to calculate the coordinates, how to plot the coordinates and then draw your line graph, as well as some questions on the graph itself. So when we look at the equation that is given, it says 3x plus y equals 1. It is not in the standard format y equals mx plus c. So I will now first rewrite that. So simply do goros or the 3x must go to that side, it becomes negative. So that will give me an equation of y equals negative 3x plus 1. Importantly, the 3x is negative. Okay, then usually the x coordinates are given, and if they are not given, we choose any three coordinates. It doesn't matter. We normally use one negative value, 0, and one positive value. Now you must calculate the relevant y coordinates. And that is a really important skill for all the graphs to come. So all that you do is you take your formula, y equals negative 3 plus 1, and you will substitute your x value, which in this case is negative 1. Okay, negative 1, and then you calculate negative 1 times negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3 plus 1 equals 4. And this 4, people, gives you your y coordinate, because y equals 4. So that is my y coordinate. Now for the second point, which is 0, I again have y equals negative 3 plus 1. Substitute your 0, calculate that point, and that gives you 1. So y equals 1, which means y equals 1. And then for the last one, y equals negative 3 plus 1. Substitute the x with positive 1. Negative 3 plus 1 equals negative 2. So once again, y equals negative 2. Y equals negative 2. So now each of these pairs give you one coordinate. Those are the ones that you now need to plot. Okay, but before we can get there, they are giving you a scale for the Cartesian plane. And they are telling you that on the x-axis, 4 centimeter must represent 1 unit. Now on the graph paper, the blocks that are indicated, I should say 5 little blocks, make up 1 centimeter. Okay, now you must get 4 centimeter to get 1 unit. 1, 2, 3, 4 centimeter to get 1 unit. On the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4 centimeter to get 1 unit. Then on the y-axis, they're telling you that 1 centimeter must be 1 unit. So that's really easy. One little block is 1 unit. Then comes 2, 3, 4. And on the other side, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So graph paper, people, remember that 5 little blocks make up 1 centimeter. That you must remember. And then you must just check what the scale tells you and be specific about your x and y axis. So now I actually used the scale and I labeled my x and y axis. Now I can plot my points. So my first coordinate is x minus 1 and y equals 4. So find the minus 1 on the x-axis. Then we must find the 4. Okay, so minus 1, and 4. And where these two cross, this is where your first coordinate lies. Then the second one is 0, 1, which means where's x 0? X is 0 here. Y must be 1, so you just need to go up 1 point. Then the next coordinate, 1 minus 2. On the x-axis, find 1, okay, and then minus 2, and this is where the second coordinate lies. Okay, then you just simply take your ruler, and your points must be in a straight line, and you will then draw the line. So this is now the line graph of 3x plus y equals 1. So those abilities or skills you must have, people, because we're going to do different kind of graphs, and for each of these you will always have to calculate some points, and you will need to be able to plot these points and draw the graph. Okay, if we then look at the questions that are asked, they are telling you that 0p lies on the graph. Find p. Okay, so remember the 0 is the x coordinate and p is a y coordinate, so that will be read off on the y-axis. So once again, find the point where x is 0 and look where the graph line crosses the y-axis. Now, in this case, it is at 1, so the value of p will be 1. Or other way around, if you read off this coordinate, okay, this is where x is 0, so you must just go up and down, or wherever you find the point where that crosses the y-axis. This point is 0 and 1. Okay, so therefore the p, which stands in the place of the y coordinate, equals 1. Then they're telling you to draw a graph line where y equals 0.5. Now I want to emphasize something here. This is my y-axis, so it lies vertically. But any line where y equals a constant value will always lie horizontally. Okay, you must remember that your y-axis is vertically, but a y equals a constant line will always be horizontally. And it is also the other way around. This is my x-axis, and x equals a constant will always lie vertically. Okay, so they are lying the opposite way around. So now I must find where y equals negative 0.5, and this is my y-axis, this is negative 1, so 0.5 is in the middle thereof, and I will draw a horizontal line at negative 0.5. So this horizontal line is where y equals negative 0.5. Okay, now they're asking you to write the x coordinate of the graph line 3x plus y equals 1, where the y coordinate is 0.5. So we have now got y being 0.5, isn't it? Okay, and where does that cross the graph line? Here. And if you go upwards, you must now get the value. This is 1, people, so this cannot be 1, okay? This point is where you basically have 1 whole unit divided into 4 pieces. So that gives you 0.25 per block. That's how we calculate the scale, okay? You get the amount between 2 points, and you divide that by the number of blocks. That's how you get the scale. So if you go back here, then this is 0.25, then that one will be 0.5. So they're asking you the x coordinate where y is 0.5. So if you look at that one, your x coordinate is 0.5, at the point where the y coordinate is 0.5. So the x coordinate equals 0.5. Okay, I hope you understand that. I would love you to watch this video a few times because here are really important skills which you need to do for all the graphs to come.